What is this place?
The Hall of Apprentices. A living place, created by magic. Hidden between two moments in time.
But is it supposed to be so cold in here?
I feel it too. It seems that no one has been here for far too long. And even in Mousewood, almost no one remembers us. Only the elderly.
How long's it been since you were last here?
Too long, it seems. It's up to us to keep the tradition alive. The Hall of Apprentices is a place of transition. Your training begins here, today, and it will end here. Everything takes place under the protection of the first tree.
The first tree? Is it this one?
That is only a statue. The first tree is the oldest tree in this region. It watches over the woods, over the portal trees. It holds this world together. Trees like it are so old that they already exist in other spheres. Their roots reach into dreams, into fantasy.
So where is the first tree?
You may have already visited it in your dreams, but the clearing in which it stands is concealed. The paths which lead there are hidden, like this room. Once your training is complete, I will lead you to the clearing. That is the tradition. But first, you must finish your training, and to do that, we must get this thing working.
First tree. The first tree. Somehow this stone tree radiates something very good and warm, even though it's so cold here. It's kind of creepy the way they stare at you. I wonder who they all are. It must belong to that machine. No idea what that is, but there are two of them. There's a ball stuck in the glass tube. Looks like Mum's new hairdryer.
Yes, very funny. But now I have to make this work, so don't bother me, okay?
Sure thing.
Not now. I'm sorry. I just need time to straighten this out.
Okay.
Why is this all stuck?
Let's see if it's as easy as fishing change out of the gutter. It worked!
Something is wrong.
Fits.
Not bad at all. The thing still won't work. No.
There.
Aha! But now let me get back to work. Nothing is impossible. It works! Wonderful! You did a great job! The electromagical apparatus is uncoupled from the flow of time. It processes information from the past and future and prints it out in pictures on cards pressed from the leaves of portal trees. There!
May I take them?
Of course! These 16 cards can already tell you a lot about your training, if you understand how to read them. But these cards are like dreams. Everyone should interpret them for themselves. Unusual. Another card. What does it show?
But that's me!
Extremely unusual. What could that mean?
Ooh! Somebody's floating there. That's a ghost.
A ghost, Jerry? I don't think so. Or have you left your body behind for good this time, Magician of Mousewood?
I can feel my leg going numb not far from here. No, I appear to have retained my body, even if it isn't getting any younger, and its scars are itchy. Tell me, Marquis, how did you escape?
Escape, magician? I bring an apprentice. I'm pleased to see you, and to know that the Hall of Apprentices is protected.
So, you are bringing an apprentice. Tell him he shall visit me in my house.
What does the floating man want from me?
He's the guardian of the portals. Your training begins. Take the key, Jerry. You must visit the magician of Mousewood. It won't be easy to wake him, but soon after, you'll learn your first spell. They're back. Ooh. Seek the lock to the key which the ghost lost in the Hall of Apprentices. Behind the door, you'll meet an old friend of mine. See you soon.
It reminds me of a door I saw, but where was it? Yikes! The key just dissolved into thin air, but now the door is open. What sort of place is this? Everything is so huge. It's enough to make you dizzy. This stone looks strange.
This is a picture column from the Hall of Apprentices.
Oh, where did that voice come from? It sounds familiar.
In the Hall of Apprentices, there is a column for every apprentice who was trained here in these woods. But this one here was spat out by the Hall a long time ago. I found it deep in the woods. Now I'm trying to unravel its secret. Banishment by the Hall caused the picture to burst into 32 magic drops of dew, which are now spread all over Mousewood. Those who are able to understand the whisper of the rocks can ask the column itself how many drops are still missing. If someone collected all 32 drops, the dew could form the image of the expelled apprentice.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Wow! A gigantic living room for a giant. Although seeing as I'm the size of a mouse, maybe it's not so big after all. I wonder who lives here. Ugh, it smells a bit like old socks in here. Oh, somebody's sleeping there. That's probably the friend I'm supposed to wake. Hey! Nothing. It's enormous. When it rings, it must make a humongous noise. Too bad it's so far away. A giant chunk of chocolate. I also took the tinfoil. Still smells okay. Now I've got milk. There's also a bed here for little people. We have a plant like that at home too. Too bad. I can't move the stick with my hands. Otherwise it would reach for the clock. We have a plant like that at home too. Uh-oh. I'd say that worked pretty well. It's enormous. When it rings, it must make a humongous noise. Even that's gigantic. The joint is rusted. Won't move. The joint is rusted. Won't move. It smells like my model train. I'd better not touch it with my bare hands. It's enormous. When it rings, I'll take that. I don't want to get oil over that. There, now it's fixed. Now the cookie should have a voice again. Oh, something fell out of the clockwork. Well, it's probably not an important part. Wow, that was loud. Let's see if it woke the giant. Oh man, he's still asleep. Hey, wake up!
Oh, dash it all.
Uh-oh, I didn't mean for that to happen. Hello? I was just trying to repair your clock so I could...
Did your teacher tell you to do that?
No. Why would he?
Old magician of Mousewood. I see my apprentice has...
Did you put him up to that?
No, really.
All right. Ow, my head. Wait 1 second. I bid you welcome, Jeremiah Hazelnut. So, you are the rabbit's new apprentice.
A tree walker in the making. Indeed.
Oh, so you aren't a ghost.
No, not really.
Haru Molina, the magician of Mousewood, is a master of active sleep. When he sleeps, his waking spirit goes wandering.
Wow, that's cool.
Perhaps one day he can instruct you in his art.
Arrow. No one has spoken that name in a long time. Yes, it has been a long time. A very long time since an apprentice has been trained in Mousewood.
Really? That long?
We should make ourselves somewhat more comfortable, old friend. Young Hazelnut, I hear that you have already proven yourself as a tree walker in Mousewood. Your next test will be to pass the 4 portals of Mousewood. Behind each of the portals, you will learn a spell.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
But first, there is something you need to return.
What's that?
Pardon me, but I think you have my book.
Oh, yeah, the mouse with the backpack gave it to me.
Thank you. It is very valuable to me. Now, I would like to write one about you. I collect stories, you know.
Who was that? Oh, he seemed familiar to me, but I can't recall why.
Only a wood sprite, a close acquaintance of mine. You should rest, Jerry. This has been a long day for you. Rest for a little while.
If you say so. I...
And he's asleep.
Old friend, what in all the worlds are you doing here?
I am training a tree walker.
That is not what I meant. I say this in all friendship. It is impossible for you to be here, believe me.
Nothing is impossible.
You slept all night.
Yeah, but not too well. I miss my bed.
Be brave, Jeremiah Hazelnut. Magicians have to be strong.
Your next test will be to pass the 4 portals of Mousewood. Behind each of the portals, you will learn a spell.
Okay.
From now on, you can switch back and forth between day and night by sleeping in a hammock or reading this magic book. It can enthrall you for hours, making time appear to pass.
Tree through which we came to Mousewood. There you will learn your first spell.
I'm sure you already have your cards, don't you, Jerry?
Yes.
Do you know how to play quartets?
Yep. No.
I will show you.
Take your seats.
You can use the magic cards from the Hall of Apprentices to play a game. Here in Mousewood, the game is known as quartets. This game consists of 32 cards belonging to 8 quartets, or families, and of course 4 cards per quartet. If you do not yet have 32 cards, the other player will lend you some to make your deck complete. The goal of the game is to obtain as many complete quartets as possible. Every player starts with 10 cards. The 12 remaining cards lie concealed in the stack and will be picked up later.
It's your turn.
It's your turn. You now get to ask for one of the other player's cards, but only cards from quartets where you own at least 1 card yourself. First pick the family and then the card. 1, 2, 3, or 4 for which you want to ask.
Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it.
If the other player doesn't have the card you asked for, then you draw a card from the stack, and it's the other player's turn to ask for one of your cards. If the other player has the card you asked for, then you receive the card and get to keep asking. So you see, it's important to remember which cards you've already asked for and which cards the other player has taken from you so far. This will allow you to predict with some certainty what cards are in the other player's hand. The better your memory, the better your chances of winning. Remember, you can play with those cards, but their true worth does not lie in gambling. Still, I wish you luck.
Very well. Let's see. I'm sure you've got this card. Yes, I did that on purpose.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. 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 Opponent's quartet. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. It's your turn.
I'm sure you've got this card. Oh, rats.
Draw a card.
Got a quartet.
Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. It's your turn.
This card. I bet you've got it.
Excellent.
Let's see.
Terrific.
Let's see what card you've got there. This card. I bet you've got it. Just you wait.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. Choose a card.
This card. I bet you've got it.
Well played.
Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it. I was so sure that would work.
Draw a card.
And another quartet.
Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. Opponent's quartet. It's your turn.
I'm sure you've got this card. Very well. Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it. Just you wait.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. Opponent's quartet. It's your turn.
This card. I bet you've got it.
Terrific.
Let's see what card you've got there. This card. I bet you've got it.
Well played.
Let's see what card you've got there. This card. I bet you've got it. Very well. And another quartet. Let's see what card you've got there. I'm sure you've got this card. I was so sure that would work.
Draw a card. Quartet. Game over.
I win. Ooh, this isn't so easy.
Here in Mousewood, people like to play cards. If the people of Mousewood see your cards, they will be very eager to play with you. You can also find additional secret cards, such as this.
But that's Mum.
Indeed. Remember, there are 4 cards in each quartet, just as there are 4 portal trees, inseparably connected. This star map can show you where they lie. Your mother is the second card in your quartet.
And the other two?
You will understand my words soon enough, and then everything will change.
Oh, so you aren't a ghost.
No, not really.
Aru Molina, the magician of Mousewood, is a master of active sleep. When he sleeps, his waking spirit goes wandering.
Wow, that's cool.
Perhaps one day he can instruct you in his art.
Really?
That is possible. It took me many years to learn active sleeping.
And ever since you've spent all your time snoring in bed, you're supposed to be keeping an eye on the portal trees.
It has grown quiet here in Mousewood for a long time. The portals have only been used now and then by single magical beings wandering between the worlds. You probably don't know about this, but I have long averted the greatest disaster for the portals. Until I saw you here, I thought I was just about the last of us.
Oh, come now. Can't you sense it? How the portals are opening and closing near and very, very far away, like the pulsing of stars in the night. How ideas, shapes, and beings wander between the worlds. There must be some of us among them.
Wow. About the map.
This map shows the 4 portal trees in this region. On a clear night, you can compare the map with the starry sky. Perhaps that will help you orient yourself. Out there on the dusty field roads, by the bridge over the Coldwater Brook, you have a wonderful view of the stars. As an apprentice, you must find and pass through these 4 portals. Your teacher and I will help you.
Sometimes you're big and sometimes you're small. Why is that?
You should always speak to your neighbors on an equal footing. And mine are mice and squirrels. The portal which you and your teacher passed through already decided on a size for you, made you small. I, on the other hand, can only transform to mouse size for brief periods of time to mingle with my neighbors. Perhaps enjoy a coffee in Anya's cafe or chat with the Hedgehog brothers. Most of them don't believe in magic. They know portals and magical creatures only from fairy tales. Therefore, around here, I, the guardian of the portals, am known as nothing more than another oddball from the edge of town. But that is all right. That is what I have always been.
See you later.
Be careful, young tree walker.
Return to the portal tree through which we came to Mousewood. There you will learn your first spell.
Is it really okay for me to be away from home for so long?
On a day in summer vacation, anything is possible. I promise you that you'll be back in time for dinner. Are you ready to trust me, Jeremiah Hazelnut?
I'll get back to work then.
You have so much still ahead of you. Oh, I envy you. But there isn't much time. So hurry, Jerry Hazelnut.
Good day.
More like good night.
What are you doing here?
I guard the city by night. That way everyone feels safe and can sleep in peace. Some have reported a fox roaming around the fields near the brook. If I see it, I can poke it or sound the alarm. I also make sure the glow nuts in the city are still working.
Ah, those glowy nuts that are always surrounded by lightning bugs.
Lightning bugs? Oh, you mean fireflies. I like fireflies. Our family makes the nuts by hand. The juice in the nuts glows like a female firefly.
Ah, I see.
Yes, it's a bit odd, but that attracts the little guys.
I'd really like to have a nut like that.
Me too. I don't have one at home myself. Unfortunately, they're very expensive, except for the town council and the hare family. Hardly anyone can afford them, but now and then I look in on the hare family when they're celebrating. When I see all the glow-nuts and happy faces there, it warms my heart, no matter how cold the night is.
Do you think it would be better than building a shelf?
From what Church Mouse Senior's told me, it'll be even better than planning a bench.
Looks like it's still life.
Don't worry, this time Junior isn't after your piggy bank, he's after your sanity. This show will give him a second source of income, along with dealing in things, stuff and junk. We also had a darling green crack beetle. A real crowd puller, let me tell you. Unfortunately, it ran off the day before yesterday. Junior almost caught it.
A green beetle, hmm? Hello, Mr. Church Mouse.
Oh, it's you. The boy with the hat and the tight purse strings. Don't worry, this time Junior isn't after your piggy bank, he's after your sanity. The best magician in Mousewood will make you doubt your own mind when he achieves the impossible.
Your son is a magician too? I don't believe it.
Yes, pretty amazing, isn't it? You thought there was no such thing as magic.
No, I just meant...
You will be proven wrong.
But I didn't say that.
When the great Church Mouse Jr. mysteriously empties this glass of water without touching it.
Well, I can't wait. Maybe I'll learn another one of my 4 spells here. Eh? Is the water level going down? How long is this going to take?
Could you maybe put the nut in the water glass? Sometimes Junior has a bit of stage fright.
Okay.
At last, someone's coming on stage.
Hey, Jerry!
We didn't know you were performing here too.
I'm just helping out.
Put the nut in the glass and stop stealing the show from Junior.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Whoa! Completely soaked up. The glass is almost dry.
That's darn handy if you have to drain something.
I could really use a nut like that.
Indeed, it is magic. Please, not too much applause.
I think that's usually called sleight of hand.
Thank you for your kind attention. You can now see Junior every evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Junior.
So, did Junior find the nut, or where does he come in?
No idea.
Can I borrow your water nut?
The water nut? But that is Junior's most popular trick.
It's also his only trick, isn't it?
You mean Junior should expand his repertoire?
Exactly. Or better still, perform without a nut.
Without a nut? Oh, that is a revolutionary concept that has never been attempted in Mousewood. All right. I always say, laughing customers are paying customers. So show me a show that makes the audience laugh. If it works, we'll swap your program for the water nut.
Okay. You want jokes? I'll improvise for you.
Well then, good luck. And now, opening for the wonderful Church Mouse Jr., ladies and gentlemen, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry!
Are we getting the nut again?
No, now it's time for a laugh.
Oh no, I've got a bad feeling about this.
I know what you mean.
Here it comes. Well, why did the chicken cross the road?
What?
You can't be serious.
Our cousin Henry lives on the road. At least that's where he used to live. Now he lives in the hospital.
Oh, I didn't know.
Jerry,
It's all right.
But it isn't funny either.
get off the stage.
Again, I'm sorry.
No offence taken. He didn't mean it like that.
I know.
Jerry, you can't tell road jokes to hedgehogs. Everybody knows that. Here, take the paper and pencil and go look for good jokes. Jokes that the local audience can appreciate.
Okay, that's probably a good idea. Thanks. Break a leg. I have to go.
Break a leg? Is that supposed to be fun? What strange children some parents have. Isn't that right, Junior? Exactly.
Maybe we should have stayed at work.
I think so too. That joke made me sad.
Me too.
Hey, what are you doing so far out of town? You'd better not venture too close to the river. Haven't you heard? There's been another crow attack.
Of course I heard. I was right in the middle of it.
Yeah, heard that one before. But we're town guards. We're different. They stationed me here as a crow scout because of the latest attack. And all that just to make sure that show-offs like you can sleep in peace.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So here I am, standing guard, eating nothing but these red berries. Pining for a proper cheese fondue. Deprived of an encouraging word from my comrades. And all that just to make sure that show-offs like you can sleep in peace. So keep your hands off my berries.
There are some very strange green flames dancing over the fields back there. Are they will-o'-the-wisps? How eerie.
How strange. There are green lights flickering across the fields. Maybe it's someone with a lantern out for a walk.
At night, you have a wonderful view of the stars from here, but you can see them best from the fields near the bridge. Too bad my friend was moved to guard duty on the river after the last crow attack. I tried to chat with that poor guy up on the wall, but at night he makes no sense whatsoever.
The old magician said I should use it near the bridge over the brook, when it's dark. Wow, so that's what the old magician meant when he said it was a special map. You can recognise all the constellations, and the 4 portal trees of Mousewood that the Marquis and the magician talked about. The eastern tree seems to be the big tree in the middle of Mousewood, and the old path tree we used to come to Mousewood is the southern tree. The western tree is to the left on the other side of the field path, and the northern tree is to the right of the field path, a little farther away. Right, so those are the 4 trees behind whose portals I'm supposed to learn the 4 spells. They aren't so far away, but can I also find them when I'm standing right underneath? Well, we'll see about that. Oh, what's going on here?
The bodies are mine, for I discovered him, freed him from the prison of his existence, and made him useful to us.
The belongings are my due, for I placed the 4 metals in his hands. When his vengeance is at hand, our work begins.
The land is my due, for I let him know the order in which he must drive them into the trunk. When their power comes to bear, our work shall begin.
The souls are my due. From me, he knows how many blows he must strike. Once he has struck them, we will go to work.
Someone is listening.
Only a child.
A human.
One of us.
Come to us, Jerry.
Oh, how did they get here so fast?
Jerry, behind this portal lies another world, strange to us, but home to you. There you must learn your first spell. That is our tradition.
How exciting!
This time we will open the portal for you. Seek the ancient toad we saw at the foot of the portal tree. It is old.
I have seen in your cards that the toad will keep a spell ready for you to learn. Probably.
Arrow, stick to your script.
Oh. Good luck, young apprentice.
Well then. Whoa! At home again. Oh, I was sort of afraid I'd come out somewhere odd. Everything is suddenly so small and normal. What? Well, almost normal. Has the toad really always sat there? I've climbed around on these stones so many times. Oh man. Hello?
The song of the wood. Such a beautiful sound. So peaceful.
It's sound asleep and talking in its sleep. Wow, it's huge. It feels like my head can't decide if it's here or not. I guess that's the coin's doing. Ever since I looked through it, I see things differently. Ah, everything is just as it used to be. Reassuring. Hello up there. Well, well. Obviously I don't speak woodpecker. What are you trying to tell me, bird? What? Hey, why you look at me like that? I have a sinking feeling I said something wrong. Oh well, at least it's quiet now. I think I can hear a cricket chirping in the barrel. Such a rat in the middle of the day. Unbelievable. That'll take care of it. There. Now it's quiet. Almost too quiet. Just a little pinch. Oh man, now my ears are ringing. Anyway, the sneeze seems to have chased away most of the birds in the neighborhood. But the toad is still sound asleep.
Who disturbs the peace of the woods? Human child. Let me listen to the world a moment longer. Just a few months. Just a few years. Listen. Listen. To the streams of time.
I don't mean to bother you, but...
Understand, all this means little in the streams of time.
The streams of time?
The streams of time. Once you learn to pause, to wait, and to listen, then you will sense how they flow around you. The rock. I can hear the whispering.
The whispering of the rocks?
The rock. It hears. If you learn to hear and to listen. As you listen to me, it can reveal to you what the streams of time have carried past it. Come closer so that you can learn how you can hear the voices of the rocks. The voices of the woods. They sound more mournful since my last awakening. Perhaps this is my last awakening before I become one with the streams of time. This world is changing. The world whispers to me of your fate. The path which you have taken will show you the meaning of horror. Beware. Yet it also holds joy. If you find that which you do not even know, you have lost. Let me listen to the world a moment longer. Just a few years. Listen. listen to the streams of time.
He fell asleep. Horror, and find something I don't even know I lost. I wonder if Mum is back from shopping. It feels like ages since I saw her.
Be brave, Jeremiah Hazelnut. Magicians have to be strong.
Whoa!